In 55 BCE, Marcus Licinius Crassus, the richest man in Rome and one of the first triumvirate alongside Caesar and Pompey, set his sights on the east. He dreamed of conquering Parthia, Rome's greatest rival, to match Caesar's glory in Gaul. Crassus sailed across the Aegean, passed through Galatia, and reached Syria, where he deposed the governor, Gabinius, and took command. Using his own fortune, he raised an army of 43,000 men, 35,000 legionaries, 4,000 cavalry, and 4,000 light infantry. Ignoring the peace agreement Pompey had once made with the Parthians, Crassus marched from Antioch to the Euphrates, built a bridge, and invaded Mesopotamia, officially beginning Rome's first war against Parthia. Early success in Mesopotamia. Crassus divided his army to capture several cities. Some surrendered quickly, but others, like Apollonius, resisted fiercely. Crassus crushed the resistance, plundered the city, and continued deeper into Osrhoene, defeating King Licinius, a Parthian ally. Victorious, Crassus reached Zenodotium, which resisted but was eventually destroyed, its people slaughtered and homes burned as punishment. With winter approaching, Crassus halted his advance, left 7,000 troops to guard his gains, and returned to Antioch. Parthia prepares for war. Meanwhile, Orodes II, King of Kings of Parthia, was fighting a civil war against his brother, Mithridates III. He sent his general Surena, a brilliant Sistani noble, to crush the rebellion. Surena recaptured Seleucia, executed Mithridates, and restored order. When Licinius reported the Roman invasion, Orodes sent envoys to negotiate. They warned Crassus that if he came for personal glory, he would meet ruin. Crassus arrogantly replied, "I'll answer the king in Seleucia." One envoy mocked him, saying, "Hair will grow on my palm before you see Seleucia." Diplomacy had failed. War was inevitable. Spring of 53 BCE, the march to disaster. Orodes split his army. He led one force into Armenia to prevent a Roman alliance, while Surena took 10,000 cavalry, 9,000 horse archers, and 1,000 cataphracts to face Crassus. Crassus again crossed the Euphrates and destroyed the bridge behind him to prevent retreat. His scouts found no enemy, and an Arab chief named Ariamnes offered to guide them through the desert. Unbeknownst to Crassus, Ariamnes was secretly working for the Parthians. As they marched deeper into the blazing desert, Roman morale crumbled. At the same time, Orodes defeated the Armenians and secured an alliance by marrying his son Pacorus to the sister of King Artavasdes. Rome lost a crucial ally. Crassus soon realized he had been deceived. Ariamnes vanished, and scouts returned with news that a large Parthian army was approaching. The Battle of Carrhae, June 9, 53 BCE. Near the city of Carrhae, Crassus formed his troops into a hollow square for protection. Suddenly, thunderous drums echoed across the plain. Surena's Parthians had arrived. The heavy cavalry removed their cloaks, revealing dazzling armor that reflected the sun. Behind them, waves of mounted archers unleashed a storm of arrows. The Romans tried to respond, but their shorter range left them helpless. Every time the Romans advanced, the Parthians retreated while still shooting, perfecting the deadly Parthian shot. Hoping the Parthians would run out of arrows, the Romans held formation. But Surena had prepared. Caravans of camels continuously resupplied his archers. The assault never stopped. Publius Crassus' last stand. Crassus sent his son, Publius, with 1,300 cavalry, including 1,000 Gauls and 8 cohorts of infantry, to break the siege. The Parthians feigned retreat, luring Publius far from the main army. Then they turned and surrounded him. Blinded by dust and arrows, the Romans fought bravely, but were overrun. Publius ordered his servant to kill him rather than be captured.
the Parthians impaled his head on a spear and displayed it before the Roman lines. Seeing this, Crassus's troops broke down in terror. The Roman collapse. Nightfall brought a temporary ceasefire. Surena allowed the Romans to surrender by dawn, but Crassus chose to flee instead, abandoning the wounded. Their cries filled the desert as the survivors escaped into Carrhae. At sunrise, the Parthians found the camp empty and massacred the 15,000 wounded left behind. Crassus and a few officers tried to escape but became lost. About 5,000 men under Octavius reached safety in the mountains, while Crassus wandered in the desert. Eventually, Surena's men found them and offered peace talks. Crassus hesitated, but his exhausted soldiers forced him to negotiate. When he approached the Parthians, Surena mockingly had him mounted on a horse. A scuffle broke out when Octavius tried to protect his commander's dignity. Chaos ensued, and both men were killed. Crassus's head and hands were severed, ending the disastrous campaign. Aftermath and legacy. Out of 43,000 Romans, 20,000 were killed, 10,000 captured, and only 13,000 survived. Parthian losses were minimal. Crassus's hag was sent to Orodes II, who was in Armenia celebrating his son's marriage. During a theater play, the actor replaced a stage prop with Crassus's real head, a macabre symbol of Parthian triumph. Surena received a hero's welcome in Seleucia, where he paraded Roman heads on spears and mocked Crassus in a victory pageant. But soon after, Orodes, jealous and fearful of Surena's rising influence, had him executed. With Surena dead,